Hi, welcome to this class, philosophy class. This time, chapter 7, time and identity. Time and identity are both a very mellow kind of physics, metaphysics. They're solely subjects both are and very difficult to come to the conclusion. So there are many kinds of aspects we can discuss. Then metaphysics is a kind of other subjects of such as existence, reality, space, and properties. Those are called metaphysics. Metaphysics is the topic of very thorny subject, and we can discuss but not exactly what's on the base of the some facts only. So, from one and two of these was time and identity. Now we can discuss about the identity. Identity is uh, the fact that this is this person is this person, or this one is this one, exactly what it is. That is identity. Then there are two types of identity. Then qualitative identity and numerical identity. Let's say the qualitative identity, if one person made two cars with exactly specifically the same specification, then these two cars are exactly the same. That is identical same. Then same identity. This is the qualitative identity. This is this. However, there are two things. Opposite, not the one is true, but identically the same. It is also called as a clone in these days too. Then numerical identity is this one is only this one. Then if the car comes to some accident or something happens to the car and dum dum, okay, or there's something different, some damage here. However, this one is this one. That is numerical identity. However, if this car and this car at the same time if it exists, that this is not exactly identical. Just changed a little. But this is one and comes to this one that is kind of a growth and changing. That is numerical identity. These are two identities. Okay, now here's a thought experiment. Thought experiment. If the one car A gradually changes into the car B, is car B same as car number A, same one, or TCL's vote, the same or not? Then, if the car B is here, that is from the car A. Then car A put into the pieces. Then each parts are taken to the car B exactly the same items that will belong to the car A. Then car B is identically the same as car A. And which do you think? Car B is exactly the same as car A, or car B is the same as the car A, or both of them, yes, both are not. That is up to you to understand yes or no. Okay? Then, now let's go on to number 2. Personal identity. That's the number one. That's the identity of especially the things. Next one is human body. Okay, if it's human or animals, then we can say the personal identity. Yeah, in our society, we have this kind of the ID cards. ID cards, then that makes them who are who. Okay? Then here's the three types of making the identity. The number one is same body. If the body is same, that is the same identity. This is the idea of the body kinds of identity. Then personal identity and bodily identity are the same or not? That is the question. If the body is the same, even if he or she were to be changed, it is identically. So sometimes we can say, oh, he has changed a lot. Oh, he is not the person that he was 20 years ago. So the person can be changed. Can change but as if the body is the same, the same identity. That is the way of thinking. And thought experiments here. If she has our brain, then move to another. The brain, our brain, move to another body. Is that the same person or different person? So brain makes it or body makes it. So in this to one pattern, the body makes it. And opposite and two, there's a brain makes it. So brain to have it is the brain is the identity and body is not the identity. If here is a brain here and a brain here, and half of them is exactly the same and half of them are transplanted, then is this a person the same person or not? That is a brain identity. Then if the brain identity is the identity exactly that is, so this is only a half. Then a half. Is the identity identical or not? Yes or no? That is the question here. Then number three is mind. If the mind is the same, then the identity is qualified. Even if the person's body or brain doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So only the mind or feeling and kind of the way of thinking. That is the same. Then that will be the identically yes. So continuity of consciousness is the keyword for the mind. So if we have a computer, it can express anything. Then if the mind, the person's mind, put it up and into the computer, then computer has a mind brain. So the computer with the brain and mind, this is, for example, this is a computer and have the mind here and same way of thinking of this person, then this computer can be a person who she is or who he is. Just if the mind is same, that is the same person. Another way, uh, so well, father and son, or the master and discipline. Master and discipline is a kind of relation is very close to this. Master has a very exact mind, and the discipline has really exactly the same copy. If it were possible, then that is another master. Then this is what's called is successful. So continuity of consciousness success. Okay? So this is the number two. Now let's go on to the topic. Next one is time. Time is another big theme to discuss. Usually we can see the time very basically we think that is a thing and not a human. and that flows and that passes. So that is exactly the thing that we cannot possess, we cannot catch, and we cannot see, but it is really something there is, some existence. That is time. Then time is divided into three parts: past, present, and future. A century in the past we are. Then when you are here, that is the present. Then future and past. However, this present future past changes varies every minute, every second. Then here's the two types of presence. Then after orange one, this is the present, this is the past, this is the future. However, some other time, here, this triangle is the present. In that case, this orange present is the past, and another here is the future. This future is not the future, this is present. That is time consuming, time changes varies. Then now we have this to discuss is time travel. Time travel is actually impossible present. However, we think of this because of the way of philosophy. Then the time travel is very exciting. Yeah. If you have a time machine, you want to use a time machine, yes or no? Most of you can say yes. Looks really exciting and interesting. And but with problems, the time travels makes a lot of problems. Yeah. If you change the past, the present will be changed. That is the problem. And if you go to the future, then if you know the future, that can affect the present and future will change. That is a very big problem. Then time travel can make paradoxes. So here are several paradoxes and we discussed it this week. This number five. So five, six, seven are the paradoxes. But number five. Casual rule. Casual rule. Round and round and round and round. This is casual rule. Casual rule is like this. In the future, there is some fun or scheme to make this machine. And this scheme was to be handed down to the past by using the time machine. Here existed the book of the scheme. Okay? Then, this book can help some person to make this machine. Then, in the future, because this is a machine here, then the people around here can discuss and examine and make how to make it. This is they can make the scheme and projects with a book. Then this book will be handed by the time machine. In this case, who created this scheme of the sketch to the making the machine? That is a question, and no one produced it. But here is this because it's the future and the past. This is a casual rule. This is one paradox. Then next one is grandfather paradox. Grandfather paradox. Grandfather and father and son. Grandfather begot the father, father begot the son. This is natural way of descendant. However, if here were a time machine, then son came back to the grandfather's place. Then if he had some intention to murder, so the son can kill the grandfather before the grandfather married, before the grandfather married or begot any children. So in that case, father doesn't doesn't exist. He don't exist. Then son cannot exist. This is the paradox. So how come? What happened to us? Have he killed him? Then there's two type of answer they're talking about. One is impossible. Because it's impossible, that is paradox. So the idea number one is like this. This guy come back to the past and try to kill him, but he cannot kill. Whatever happens, cannot kill. Or the grandfather, cannot be killed, whatever happens. Then other idea, number two, is create new universe, like a parallel world, create new world. Then this time come back to the old times and kill grandfather before he marries or beget any girl or boy. Then if this person kills that person, here's another word created in this black line. Then if he did not kill the grandfather, there's a green line here. So green line word and black line word are separated. And this point is a kind of branch phrase. So there's a two type of thinking about the grandfather paradox. Then last question is here. Stephen Hawking was really expecting to see their time travelers. Then made a lot of invitations. However, no one came to him. No one came to him. So no one appeared. So this is the question. Is really the time traveler there? Yes. No. So this is a question here. Alright. This is all about the time and time travel and logic and patterns. So this is a story about the time and identity. We can discuss about very metaphysics kind of things. Then this is a good chance we can see this identity and time, what we are and what we are here. Then we are here. So this is a good time to chance, and you have to think about this. And again, you can focus what you are. This is the time you should do this. Okay, that's all for today, the time and identity. See you next time.